That was more a moment where I fell in love with hip hop.
Right.
When I'm 6'7", the only thing I'm really hearing is Tebe, which is spelled Thebe. He's a legend, a quite a legend, but it's more dance. It's like house. So it's Tebe, Boom Shaka, TKZ. Um, these are guys that superseded just like a specific genre that made South African feel good music, that was family friendly but still streets and edgy. So I'd like to attribute a lot of my influences to artists like that from South Africa, you know?
That's really cool though. I guess I was trying to like bring it back to that to move it more in your life. So you're like 7 and then you
Yes.
discover hip hop. Does this invoke in you a curiosity to start hip hopping, or are you just more of a fan of the music at this time?
Okay, well, like in my age and era, the thing to do if like your Lord knows that if you, I'm just even trying to think how I got my first CD, but you would literally take a CD and you take an exam pad and you would try write out the lyrics. So when you get to school, you can perform it like for a talent show or show someone that you really know the lyrics really well. That was kind of like how you flex. So in terms of
Say a
just
word.
actual, hey,
Yo, you're the second person to tell me that, but that's so cool. So you would just like, that would be the thing to do as young ones. And you would just like
yeah,
write out the lyrics by hand because I guess there's no internet at this time. I don't really have any idea
yeah.
what the internet situation in South Africa is like. So it's just,
Oh my, well, there's not much South Africans. We got some of the highest tariffs in the world. Yeah, man, man, I should stop talking too much. But yeah, man, we need to do something about internet in South Africa.
I mean, you say you shouldn't talk too much. I think people need relative perspective of how good their lives may be sometimes.
Mm.
You know?
Well, yeah, yeah. With that being said, as I'm saying, bro, like I don't want to give the perception of it's all good, but I'd be lying if I say it's all horrible. It's like I don't know if there's any South Africans in the comments. Like I've asked some people to join, but like we experienced a thing called load shedding, which we've had for like the last 12, 15 years. It started after the second recession in 2008, where they start cutting off power for certain amounts of hours every day. Um, so certain sections are still deep in poverty, like no water, no clean water. It's very corrupt. Um, yeah, man. And we have a thing called tenders, bro. It's all very interesting and heavily political.
If
But I
it
shouldn't talk too much.
No, but
Hey,
if it counts, like Canada might sound wonderful, but like we have our poverty ridden areas when we deal with our indigenous people and how shit their circumstances are. So sometimes
yeah,
it's just being real with it. Like I don't think everyone watching this is gonna just assume that South Africa is like some ass backwards place that's terrible, because like
mm,
I feel like at this point you can just go Google Maps the shit and see what it looks like. That's like a
mm,
facts of the situation. Plus,
yeah.
like
No,
y'all have some like it's as you said, it's like you clearly are trying to just showcase that there are positive but realistic aspects to it, which is the place everywhere. Like America's got parts that look like the third world and parts that look like the first world. It's fucking weird, but like it's just the
yeah.
facts of how a lot of places end up being. So it is what it is. I was just like, in terms of lyric writing, if you doing that
Mm,
today, you just go to Genius, you get your lyrics,
mm,
boom, done.
mm,
And over here, depending on when you're born, some people like I didn't have real access to computers until I was a teenager, right? Like so, like
mm.
when I'm young, it doesn't exist, and then I get older and stuff. So really, it's more for so y'all have no fucking internet, and you have to actually take these CDs, write out these lyrics, then go to school and fucking perform them for people. That was like the thing to
Well,
do.
yeah, that was the thing to do because, man, like, come on, man, we're taking it back now, 7, 8, I'm 30 years old. This is 22 years ago. This is when, if you had a poster of someone, you want to invite a friend over and show them, like, yo, we've got the poster like that. Like, I'm on some, I was the only guy who could burn CDs because I was the only guy in a big radius who had access to a computer and can make original music when it came. So we coming from that kind of era where access to resources wasn't that much accessible. so to speak, for the great majority. Hence why I keep going to say, hey man, I'm just blessed I can do this and have the opportunity to stand as the person I am, you know what I mean? And I stand on the shoulders of giants who made it possible for it to happen. You know, like I'd be lying if I say we had it good and it was easy, bro. It's kind of crazy, man. But I mean, we're just touching the surface with it. But yeah, like radio is a very big programmer of music to this very day because of the access to internet and how expensive data is. Radio is still a very big part of it, and we have nationwide stations like under the SABC, which is the South African Broadcast Community, I think, or corporation, my bad, and they basically control everything, like what they play on TV, what you hear on radio. But yeah, man, it's quite interesting.
Yo, it is mad interesting. I mean, like, just the idea of the data access being something that's gated and preventing people from being able to live your life. I can appreciate how you're sitting here going, yo, it's a big blessing I'm here doing this. Like, yo, people can't actually come do this. Yo, that's like, that's huge. That doesn't mean anything else beyond that. It's just, it's amazing that you have that humility, that you're able to show the appreciation for the circumstances.
Yeah, bro, it's like I'm saying, bro, it's not on some flexing shit like you would expect a white guy from South Africa to Twitch and game. It's not like something that's very common, but then we walk in grounds and territories that we don't know. Like I've always had this I'm curious type shit, you know, like trying to connect via WAP, going to my mom. My mom was a secretary for a long time. So she had a computer and trying to figure out these buttons and, oh shit, this is internet. Oh, fuck, there's lyrics. So I've always just been interested in the space, but it's not really that common. And it's not that data is suppressed or it's not available. It's just so expensive to maintain. For instance, you have to buy a certain amount that lasts you a specific amount of time. That's what I'm trying to say. And we know how important it is to access shit, bro. Like we learn so much off the internet. So if you're charging someone and it expires after a certain amount of time, it's just fucked up because it's hard to earn the money to get that shit, you know?
Yeah, so basically you have to buy too much internet and then they make it expire before you use it all, so they just do it like a big old fuck. Yo, I feel that, man. Our cell companies in Canada are pretty trash. We have one of the worst cell rates, so it's like, yeah, I feel you. They do some funny shit. Like, yo, you pay to like lock into this contract or you upgrade your phone. It takes 2 years to pay your phone off. And so I was like, okay, cool. I guess that $8 or whatever a month I put to my phone, and I don't know, it's about like 15 or some shit, that's gone, right? They're like, no, you keep paying that. And I'm like, but there's no phone anymore to pay for. They're like, but you're on the contract, that's what you pay. I'm like, but wait, so wait, it's just that's it? And then they're like, yeah, or you can upgrade to a new phone. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. And then you're sitting there going, well, I'm just gonna throw this money away, so you upgrade to the new phone. And I'm like, that's a trap, man. Like, that's the shit that people do.
It's a definite trap, bro, and it's a vicious cycle because you can't live with it, but you can't live without it. No, you can't live without it. It's a necessary need that you need to communicate and do your thing, bro.
Yeah, so I feel that complication.